Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons and how its position in the tabletop role-playing game industry is perfectly explained by the film Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. Alright, so first of all, spoilers for Godzilla vs. Kong. Alright, so basically, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, it is a titan, right? So I actually, just to be clear, the Godzilla vs. Kong is the 4th movie in the Monarch Kaiju series, okay? So the first one was Godzilla 2014, second one was Kong Skull Island, the third one was Godzilla King of Monsters, and this is the 4th movie, and it was incredibly good. If you haven't seen it, you must see it. It was super dope. Like, it was just so good, right? So first of all, King Kong and Godzilla fight twice in this movie. First, they fight in the middle of the sea. Godzilla swims out and attacks Kong on a gigantic, like, cargo ship, and they fight in the water. And Kong comes out, and it seems like it's a little bit of a tie. There isn't really a clear winner right there, but that's okay. They also then fight, I believe, in Tokyo, right? So, so they have a huge knockdown, drag-out fight in a, you know what? I think it is Tokyo, and basically they just go at each other, right? Like it's a full-on battle between Godzilla and King Kong. King Kong, like, this is another thing that's really awesome about this film is, it's Godzilla versus King Kong. Now, Godzilla is, is a very pure Japanese kaiju, right? But King Kong is not a kaiju, right? Like, but their battle in this is absolutely epic. And so here's the thing: Godzilla beats the living crap out of King Kong, defeats him, puts his foot on his chest, and just like completely dominates him, right? And there's a clear winner, that Godzilla has defeated King Kong, but he doesn't kill him. In fact, he specifically shows mercy and just makes it very clear, like, I could kill you now if I want to, but I'm not gonna, right? And so there's a clear winner that Godzilla defeats King Kong, right? Then Mechagodzilla comes out, right? And Mechagodzilla is created by the Apex Corporation, and Mechagodzilla is, and then the Apex Corporation was controlling Mechagodzilla by remote, right? But they lose control of Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla is now controlled by Godzilla, which is like it's Monster Zero. It's all controlled by the ghost of Monster Zero, right? Okay, so Mechagodzilla is controlled by the ghost of Monster Zero, okay? So you got all these players, right? So let's talk about the tabletop role-playing game industry and see how Dungeons & Dragons fits in here. Well, first of all, Dungeons & Dragons is Godzilla. He is the preeminent... Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is the preeminent titan in the world of tabletop role-playing game monster beasts that roam the earth. There's just nothing bigger, nothing more dangerous, nothing cooler. It is the Godzilla of, of the tabletop role-playing game industry. There's bar none. Right? Now, King Kong. Who is King Kong? What game stands as the Kong to Dungeons & Dragons Godzilla? There's none. There's not a single game that serves as King Kong. But what does serve as King Kong to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition is the entire tabletop role-playing game industry. All other games combined must combine to form a single competitor for Dungeons & Dragons. And even then, all sales, right? All scale and prominence, all popularity, all known identity combined for the entire industry. The entire industry, every other game other than Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition loses to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, right? Now, but here's the thing. Exactly like the film, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition doesn't kill the rest of the industry. And the reason why is that it is a I don't want to use the word kind. It is a honorable titan. Dungeons & Dragons is an honorable titan, exactly like Godzilla. An honorable titan, right? It extends mercy where it deems to extend mercy. Not because mercy is due, but because it deems to extend mercy, right? Now, this movie also had Mechagodzilla, right? And Godzilla went to fight Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla beat the living crap out of Godzilla. And only by combining forces with Godzilla and King Kong could Mechagodzilla be defeated, right? So what is Mechagodzilla when we think about the tabletop role-playing game industry? Well, it is clearly the video game industry, right? It is an evil, mechanical, soulless beast that needs to get beat down, right? But Dungeons & Dragons ain't going to be able to do it on its own. It has to have the help of the other tabletop role-playing games. And that's why, in our world, video games have not been defeated. We do not have the tabletop role-playing game industry united as a front to defeat video games. In fact, I think a lot of the tabletop role-playing game industry is very tolerant of the video game industry, and really shouldn't be, because they are down and dirty competitors, right? It is, you know, they are very much fighting for the same people, right? To get the same people to engage with them, right? And the reality is, I really don't understand the tolerance and love extended from the tabletop role-playing game industry to the video game industry. Because the reality is, you know, the video game industry is, in my opinion, incredibly disrespectful of the tabletop role-playing game industry. They steal a lot of talent, right? They use tabletop role-playing games as a farm league, right? And some of the best talent in tabletop role-playing games, art-wise, writing-wise, management-wise, you know, product development-wise, all this stuff. A lot of tabletop role-playing gamers just go right up into the video game industry, not because they think it's useful or better or meaningful, but just because the money is a lot better. So, you know, in our world, the Mechagodzilla that deserves to get its arms and its head ripped off is the video game industry. It is destructive in our world. There's just no two ways about it, right? And only when the rest of the tabletop role-playing game industry bows in submission to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and then the two of them combine to defeat video games, will video games be defeated? That's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you see this crazy good movie? Holy cows, was it good? What did you think of Godzilla vs. Kong? Do you think I'm spot on right about Godzilla is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition? Kong is every other tabletop role-playing game combined? And only when Kong and Godzilla unite, only when Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and every other tabletop role-playing game on the earth combined will they be able to defeat the video game industry together, and that the video game industry truly is a mechanical beast that deserves to have both its arms ripped off and then its head ripped off by Godzilla? I think so. By Kong. Kong defeated it. So I definitely think so. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.